Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. Wendy Anderson with justbe.me. So today I wanted to talk about mistakes. I've made plenty. I've made many wrong decisions that has created my own suffering. I've made decisions that have created other people's suffering. And none of it intentional. I don't wake up in the morning thinking I'm gonna be really horrid today. You know what? I'm gonna offend as many people as I can today. I don't think any of us have really woken up in that state of mind. So we are learning at the moment to put down everything that we once knew. So who makes the rules up anyway? Who's to say what is right or wrong? Who's to make that call or judgment? And basically the only judge and jury is yourself right now, and this is what we are learning to do, is come into the heart space, and we are the only ones that can say what is right or wrong for us as individuals. And this is different. So this is the shift. So where we were was there was a hierarchical system, so from top down. The rules were created there, so to speak, and it's not to judge any of it. It's not to judge right or wrong. We were, shall we say, new kids in the universe, and we needed a little bit of structure, a little bit of guidance, and we needed a little bit of dad energy to say, right, there's the rules, kids. If you break them, you will be punished. If you break them, you will be ostracised. You'll feel guilty, you'll feel fearful. If you break rules, this is the system. This is the same rules for all of you. Get on with it, so to speak. And that's the energy what we've been in. Don't judge it as right or wrong. It's been purposeful for the times of where we lived and where we were at as a human race. However, we're evolving and coming out of that, and this is the great shift. So the great shift is about rules and judgments. Who makes the rules now? Who makes the judgments now? And we are seeing a lot more. So there's rules made for the collective, so to speak, for the whole group, and that's the way it has been. And all of a sudden, we're seeing people that are acting individually, that it's kind of like they're going against the grain, they're not going with the rules of the group, or and both sides are neither right or wrong. So you could stand there all day at each half of your playground going, you're wrong, I'm right, and what, both sides are going to say I'm wrong and I'm right. Where's that going to go? You're just going to be cackling in the playground, kind of like for days on end, and it's not going to shift anything. It's not going to change anything. So what can we do? How can we change? So we put down everything that we once learned in the rule system from the hierarchy. And these were kind of like set in the head, in the mind. So we are learning to live from the heart, and it's what feels right for you as an individual. If it doesn't feel right, you will feel it in your body. So it's almost you have come with your own set of guidance now, so which is within your inner self. So you've got your own tools for guidance now, and it will be individual for each person right now. So we'll get a lot of righteousness at the moment of kind of like, well, I'm right and everyone else is wrong, and it's kind of what is the actual truth is everyone is right and everyone is wrong. There's a right or wrong in everything. There's a good or bad in everything. There's a light and dark in everything. And where we are going is acceptance. So basically, I've made mistakes. Like I've said in the beginning, I've made loads of mistakes. I've cut people up unintentionally. I've kind of like braked when somebody else was behind me, or yes, I am probably one of those drivers. And you know what, we will have had a day where we will have all been one of those drivers. So it's kind of like cut somebody some slack. We all make mistakes. We all say things that can be hurtful when we're either in a corner, or we're in fear, or we are being hurt, or we're in anger, in arguments. We all say things that we probably wouldn't say if we were in a more conscious mind. So that is where we're going at the moment, is to try and be more conscious about our thoughts, behaviours and actions as beings. And to do that as well is to learn, firstly, is to accept yourself and not judge yourself. So do you know what? You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be a knobhead from time to time in the odd days. You know, we've all been there. We've all done it. It's learn to let go of it. So the ego will basically say, well, you deserve punishment for this, and you deserve to be ostracised for that. How stupid of you, pathetic of you. And this is all the ego that will basically diminish your worth. This is kind of, it's not sovereignty really. So your sovereignty is, you are safe in every given moment. You don't judge yourself in any given moment. You maybe, your inner guide may be guiding you to do something that may go against the grain. It may be something that you've deemed as, well, I wouldn't have never have done that before. But your inner guide is going, this is what you need to do. And sometimes your inner guide will want you to do the thing that you want to do the least. It'll be the thing that is kind of like, it'll feel like you're literally, it could be anything. So it's individual for each person. And it'll feel like you are literally stepping off the cliff, or you are on the cliff face and you are deciding, it's the thing that you most do not want to do in the whole wide world, but yet your inner guide is saying, this is where you need to go. This is what you need to do to get over all fears of ridicule, fears of losing love, all your fears in one action. Keep walking forward slowly. Keep walking forward. We've got you. The universe has got you. We've got you back. Source energy has got you back. Just keep moving forward. So we are being asked to do things that it takes a lot of courage, but when you are in your sovereignty, you know you are safe walking forward no matter what that is. And when you're in your sovereignty, there isn't a wrong decision, there isn't a wrong behaviour. You just are being, which is the whole name of my whole channel, is just being who you are and what you want to be, doing what you want to do, is just being. And you know what, at this time, some of the things that we may be doing may feel uncomfortable, but it's all nourishment, it's all food for the soul. And it's just having that knowing of sovereignty, that I am okay doing it, that I'm safe doing it, I'm absolutely fine. Quite a tricky journey to navigate at the moment, but you've got this, you can do it. We're all doing it, we're all in it together. And this is the irony of it, we're all kind of like opposite ends going, you're wrong, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. We're all opposite ends doing that. And what is actually the reality of it is we are all in this shift together. Every single one of us, we are experiencing it. We may be experiencing it from different angles. We may be experiencing different roles. So some of us maybe experience roles where we are the one that is breaking away from the crowd and following our heart, which is a really brave thing to do, because you will get ridiculed and the finger and everything else. So it's kind of like my heart goes out to every single one of you for playing this role and playing this part right now. And you may be the one that is going with the rules, and you may be still in fear states. You may be the one that is. We've all pointed a finger, by the way. I think we've all pointed a finger at some point. So when you think about it, each and every single one of us is helping to play a role of really highlight where we are prejudiced. And we may be sitting here thinking, kind of like, well, I'm a spiritual person, and I'm come from this cultural background or whatever, and it's kind of like, I do not deem myself as racist or sexist, or I don't hold any prejudices. Do you know what? I have. And at the time, I probably haven't recognised it at all. Sexism. I actually have leered at some point at the guy who does play, who is the actor from Thor, the shower scene, coming out of the shower. Could deem that as slightly sexist. Guys have been doing this for years, kind of like over women, and you know what, I was there with them. I was leering over a guy. I was I was trying to honour his divinity, but the body was just overshadowing I forgot about divinity and thought, you've got a great bod. Yeah. So we've all been in positions where perhaps if we'd have had a different state of consciousness, then we may have thought about it or behaved or done something differently. We have probably all said or done something racist at some point, and we've not even realised it. So we may have categorised a person from a certain culture, and it may have even been something like a positive comment, kind of like I really love the colours of Indian saris, or where that to another person could be deemed as offensive. Or so we have all been offensive at some point. Every single one of us has been offensive. We've all made mistakes, every single one of us. So it's kind of like, no, where we're going to go with this, guys? Are we just going to still kind of like, well, you're wrong and you're racist and you're this and you're that and you're name calling and everything else? Does it feel comfortable? Let's ask ourselves. Does being in the righteousness actually feel that nice? Or can we have a different level of righteousness where it's kind of, I may not agree with your perspective, I may not agree with your training of thought, I may not agree with your behaviour, but you know what? I honour your heart space, I honour your divinity, I honour your choices, I honour your sovereignty, I honour you, and you know what? I also honour me. I honour and accept me in my all entirety, for my perfections, my imperfections, and all that is going on, and me just being on this journey, no matter what that entails, no matter what choices I make, I honour it. Does this feel more comfortable? Because then it kind of like, you can walk around in your path of life going, I may not agree with that person, I may not, it may not be something that I would do, but if that person feels it's right for them, go for it. I'm in my sovereignty. I know I'm safe in every given moment, that nobody else can harm me, because I am in my state of being, my own state of being, where I am safe, I am happy, I am peaceful, I am accepting, I am loving, I am joyous, I am creative, I am in my own state of being. And allow somebody to be in their state of being. So if their state of being is choosing, I still want to be in fear, I still want to be in shame and guilt programs, if I still want to be in righteous programs, then honour whatever state of being that person is in, and you just being your being, because that's you taking your power back. So this is where it becomes where we all become equals. There is no hierarchy or top-down system anymore, that we can all become on a level, and everyone will be acting individually, but there is no, so this is a different rule book. And it's kind of, as long as you are not harming another individual, and don't forget, you cannot harm another individual if they are holding their sovereignty. So if we all held sovereignty, we're all safe, none of us can be harmed. And it will take some time for people to be in that level of consciousness, but it is certainly somewhere that we can travel to. But as soon as we start pointing finger, you know, at the people's that crowns have slipped, or they're not wearing the crown of sovereignty, or, you know, they're not feeling safe and they're still feeling these paradigms of fearfulness, you honour yourself more. Honour yourself more, don't wag the finger. And you know what, even if you do wag the finger, if you kind of like being at that point, you know, kind of like where you've been the mask wearer, you know, and you've seen somebody going, look at that shameful person that is basically putting the whole of society at risk. You could be that person, and that's fine as well. That's okay. You could be the person, you are just being in that role. You are just being, and do you know what? We love you even more for just playing that role and just being in that role. We love you. You could be the person that isn't the mask wearer, and you're thinking, I hate to use the word, and none of us should be calling anybody names or references, so, but you could be the non-mask wearer, and you could be looking at everyone else going, look at all those sheeple, you know, not wearing their crowns, and, you know, when are they going to wake up? And you're not kind of honouring yourself, kind of like being in that non-state of acceptance. And it's kind of like, don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Just worry about you and your own being, and honour wherever it is that you are and whatever role it is you are playing. You are all loved just as much. You are all right, you are all wrong, you are all dark, you are all light. You are all sovereign but not sovereign, you are all everything but nothing. You are all disconnected and connected. You are absolutely amazing. You are absolutely rocking it for being here right now and playing the roles that you are and just being in it. You're all amazing, and that is the unity, that we are all here in it together, playing these roles, highlighting everything for each other. When we believe that we are, oh, I've never been prejudiced, and it's really, really hard to stop, take a look at yourself and think, yeah, I've made mistakes, plenty of them, lots of them, but you know what, I still honour myself, I love myself, I forgive the absolute heck out of myself for being in that level of consciousness with the tools I had. And even right now, you know, whatever decisions I make, who's to say they're right or wrong, good or bad? They may feel uncomfortable, they may feel comfortable, so what? I'm just being it, and it's fine. It's acceptable for me, to me. Therefore, if I can accept myself and my flaws and perfection, then I can accept others in their flaws and perfection. So it's to put down everything that we once learned as right or wrong. A hard thing to do right now. So again, give yourself a break. Really hard thing to do right now, because it's been your whole life. It's the way you've lived your whole life in these rules and regulations. But now something is new is coming. We are rewriting the rules and regulations, so to speak, from within, to then be without, whereas the rules and regulations have come from without, and we've kind of held that belief within. So it's all change, it's all shift, and wherever you are on this shift, because there are varying degrees of it, just as there are various degrees on the spectrum of sexuality, of autism. So what? Wherever you are on the spectrum, you're still on the spectrum with all of us. It's beautiful wherever you are. Honour it, accept it, love it. Forgive yourself if you're judging yourself as right or wrong. You've said or done something that is deemed as incorrect or wrong, or now is the time in this now moment to say, I'll let it go. I am wrong, and I am also right, and I will allow that other person to be wrong and right. I live just my own way as to what is right for me, from my heart, not my head. and enjoy what gifts the future may bring. If you can't have world peace, then hold self peace. Why not? Start home first. Always start with yourself. Start with home. I shall leave these thoughts with you. I love every single one of you for being on this journey right now, and for whatever roles that you are playing right now. You're all amazing. You're all divine. You're all human. You're all wrong. You're all right. And I love that about you. All right, guys, take care. Catch you later. Bye.